Well, the main concern was kind of the cost, because it was coming out of my pocket. You know, I had my company was great for the first 2 months. They helped me. They actually paid for it all the first 2 months, and because that was just the way that it worked out. But he had offered to pay for half of what I was doing. So he did that for the first 2 months, and then after that, I started paying for it myself. So cost was probably one of the main things, I would say. Well, I think that I think what I've found, and I've only found this like in the last couple weeks, the last month or so, is that you really get what you put into it. And the great thing is I got some awesome ads and things like that, but I needed to put more into it myself. And that's what I'm finding out, is that the harder I push, the harder I work towards it, the better off it is. So even though you're paying that, the risk is worth the reward as long as stuff is coming in and you're paying for that. And that's the way I really looked at it was, okay, yeah, I've got this bill that I have to pay, but I got this lead that paid for that bill. It took about 6 months, and I think that one of the things that people don't understand, and I know, you know, talking to you on the phone a lot about that, was it takes patience. That's all there is to it. You know, we talk quite a bit about one of my influences right now is Gary Vaynerchuk, and he's been preaching so hard about patience. It's not the hardest thing that people don't understand, and that I don't think I really understood in the first place anyway, was it's not about sales. It's about building a rapport with those people that are in it with you. They build this rapport. They want to buy from you as a person, not from someone that they just see an ad run for. So the ads help, but it's not the only thing. You have to do more. You have to be willing to push yourself a little harder and put yourself out there. You know, I'm more comfortable. I mean, that really is what it boils down to. And I had to get out of my comfort zone. And I remember like one of the things that before like my mindset was, hey, we need to get more people to support me. I need more likes on my page. I need more supporters on Instagram. I need more people following me, this and that. And that's really what it was like, that's what I got to do. I need to get those. And so when I started thinking about, oh, what can we do? We talked about like running a contest, giving away an Amazon card, you know, things like that. And that's what I was doing. Well, that was the only reason I was doing a live video. It was to try and get more business. And I realized that that's not really what it needs to be. It needs to be, you need to know me. You need to know who I am. You need to have a close relationship with me, and you're not going to get that by me just running a contest or me just asking you to buy from me, because you could buy from anyone. There's 10 other blind companies in this country, or in this area, in the Treasure Valley, that you could buy from. But I want you to want to buy from a person who really cares about your best interest and wants to take care of you, not from, you know, just some guy off the street. I think you got to surround yourself with the right people that understand what it is, but you also have to do your own homework. You also have to be willing to work on it on your own. Like I said, I mean, I'm so grateful that you have helped me to understand what that is. And it's awesome, like talking to people. My boss is a real big proponent for me. He's had very good conversations with me. He says watching the videos from the beginning to now, which is like, you know, maybe 3 weeks ago, there's a lot of videos. There's over 20, because, you know, I post stuff about barbecuing because that's really something that I want to do, or that I like to do, that I enjoy. I do it every Sunday. So you'll see a barbecue video on Sunday usually. Things like that, just talking about the way that I feel about things, and how the way I was brought up, and some of my values and things like that. But, you know, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, it's become, watch the first video. If you haven't watched it, go on to Instagram TV, go onto my YouTube channel and watch the first video, and then watch today, watch yesterday. And I was a teacher, so I stood in front of it and I talked to 30 kids every single day. It's completely different than talking to, you know, I mean, I've got almost 700 supporters on Instagram. So, I mean, you guys are like, oh, that's not a big number, but it was 320, or no, not even 320, 270 3 weeks ago. So, you know, I mean, that's yeah, that's the thing. 6 months ago was zero. I had an Instagram account that my friends were following, but I didn't have this, you know, I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, to get that good following, that organic following from people, there's only one way to do it, and that's to get yourself in front of people. it's kind of interesting because I kind of feel like you're a counselor. I mean, at some point, because really what you did was you showed me what I needed to do. We talked a lot about it on the phone. Right now, at this young stage in what I'm trying to do, I think that it's the best for me right now to build that brand, and then, you know, jab, jab, punch, and when it's time to punch, we'll make another ad and we'll throw it in there. It's eye-opening. It doesn't, I mean, you played a big part in that, so I really appreciate everything that you've done for me. So, it's awesome.